Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Living Large Las Vegas. I am your host, Kobe Sherlock, and today, back in the lab, our co-host, Mr. Derek Parent. Derek, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Guys, today we have a special guest. We're bringing to you somebody that's really important in our community and also a partnership that we have in one of our biggest give back services to kick off the year every year. Looking into 2020, we have Mr. Brent Wright from Wright Industries. Mr. Wright, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, good morning. I'm the CEO of Wright Engineers. We're structural engineers, founded in Las Vegas about 21 years ago. We're in 4 states and do work all over the country. Pretty much everywhere you look in Las Vegas, there's a building or something that we've been involved with.
You know, Derek and I, we speak on this podcast all the time about the service projects that we do, different folks from the community that have been pillars and giving back. And we always hear about, you know, the footprint that people leave, but you left a pretty big footprint on what is the skyline of Las Vegas. Can you speak a little bit about one of the more iconic buildings that you play a role in?
Well, you're referring to the Stratosphere Tower. And early in my career, I was fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time, and it's really a once-in-a-lifetime project to be involved in the design from the beginning through opening and even now. So it was a lot of fun to be the structural engineer for that project.
And I love the Strat. We were there recently for a Metro Chamber event, and I shared just earlier when we were speaking that, you know, every time I'm up there, all I can think about is what the Strat means for me personally and for our team. And you know, a lot of people think in Vegas, it's, you know, the gamble scene and places to come and of course, a focus on entertainment. But when I think about the Stratosphere or the Strat, I always think about Scale the Strat, which is the event that you and I met last year and Derek introduced us to here for our team. Derek, you want to tell us a little bit about how you got involved with Scale the Strat?
By this gentleman, Ray here, we're in a business group together, and he invited me to a breakfast, and I have some breathing issues and so forth. So listening to the mission of Scale the Strat and the American Lung Association, I jumped right on board. You know, jumped right in, and that was one of our main events for last year. But just knowing that, you know, Brent was the engineer for it, just knowing that they open up that 104 floors once a year for an amazing, you know, opportunity. I mean, it truly is an opportunity to climb up one of the, you know, like you can see the stratosphere anywhere in this town. That's like the number one thing that you see. But we get to climb it once a year for the American Lung Association. And, you know, Brent, you know, just seeing him there last year, but just being a part of it with you is a true partnership.
You know, Brent, speaking into Scale the Strat, can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with American Lung on the front end?
Well, I've been involved a long time. I'm trying to remember how I got involved. I have a good client who is on the board of the Lung Association, and but even before then, I'd known about the Scale the Strat, and I've climbed the stairs many, many times, even before I knew there was Scale the Strat. And I thought it'd be a fun activity. I mean, it involves doing things that involve fitness. It's in a project that is, you know, something that's been important to me. And you get to go someplace where people normally don't get to go, climbing up the stairs. And it's for a great cause. So all those things combined, it just made perfect sense to get heavily involved in Scale the Strat.
So with Scale the Strat, like, can you tell our listeners, like, what does it look like? So, like, you can be a team, you can do it individually, where the money is, like talk a little bit about
Scale
that.
the Strat is one of the biggest fundraisers for the American Lung Association. The Lung Association, of course, provides research and all kinds of assistance to people that have breathing difficulties. It brings awareness to that. So it provides a great service to members of the community, and the Scale the Strat is a great way for the Lung Association to raise money and for us to help them raise money and do a fun thing.
I can tell you with personally climbing Scale the Strat, you definitely, when you get up top, you definitely feel the burn. So if you haven't scaled the strat, our team all last year, everyone felt the burn from. So believe me, even if you're healthy in climate, you're going to get a little burn in your chest.
For sure.
You're going to appreciate your lungs by the time you're done. That's for sure.
That's right.
So the easiest way to participate is you could join a team. You have a team. I have a team. There are many, many teams. Or what's even better is get your own team. Get your friends together. Get your company. Get a group. There are firefighters that climb and all kinds of different teams. And then sign up, raise money. There's a certain minimum amount. It's not a lot. It's easy to do, and then show up on the day of the climb and have a great time. Challenge yourself. I mean, it's a race. It's a competition, I suppose. There are elite climbers that climb. I'm not an elite climber. I'm competing against myself really, or maybe someone on my team that I talk smack to.
Yeah.
But the idea is just to challenge yourself and have a great time and raise money for a good cause.
I'll tell you a cool story about last year. I love that Brent mentioned elite climbers. When I first got involved, I knew I saw a lot of familiar faces in the room at the breakfast. I was excited to know that a lot of our friends in the community were participating. I remember on day of, it was so awesome. We got a great, exciting experience at the location. When you arrive, your teams check in, you get your number. And, there's all this hype build, and the whole time I'm preparing. And for the weeks before, I had, done like stair climbers just to practice. I didn't want to be the last guy on our team. So we're in the strat, getting ready, stretching. And sure enough, right across from us is Team Mexico, a team of racers that come out and climb skyscrapers all across the world. And they're stretching, man. They're running. And I immediately remember thinking to myself, this is for a good cause. This is for a great cause. I had to get back into my vision of why I'm doing it, because these guys are excellent competitors. But it's really cool to see how many folks circle around this cause, not only here in Vegas, but they come from all over to support. Yeah. And that's what I find special about what American Lung's doing with this initiative. It's a really cool experience. Not to mention, I love the medal, right? We get that medal from when you complete. It has the number of stairs on the back, the number of stories on the back. It's a beautiful poker chip, and it's something that's still hanging in my house today.
Well, the funny thing, everyone gets a participation medal. It's not you went to special. I'm sorry.
I made a good time.
You did. We did. I gotta put. Yeah, we like to poke fun and talk smack a little bit, like
So
Brent
much.
just said. So, I climbed it in pretty quick, not super fast, but John Davis beat us, who happened to be he's a realtor, and we had some agents on a team. We had a good. I think we had about 15, 16 people, climb. But we had people from hairstylists all the way to realtors, title companies. So if you're, listening to this and, get your team together, go to the American Lung Association, get with us. We'll send you the email, send you all the information. But it's a great time for team building. I noticed that, people that I haven't really connected to was in fitness, like Dolly. Mm-hmm. We know each other, but she's super into fitness. So if you know someone who's into fitness, and invite them. I mean, the team from Mexico did it in like 7 minutes. We did it in my story. We did it, I think, about 15 minutes, right?
Yeah,
but
19.
It was. But I'll tell you, I said to myself, so I'm up like 37, 40 floors, and I'm like, why did I do this? And I'm at 60. I'm like, oh my God, the water. Where's the water? Right, right. And then you get to like 80, like, oh my God, I'm almost done. You see 90. Right, and by 90, you're walking one stair at a time instead of doing two at a time. But just that awareness of the breathing, and then when you get done, just the gratification you have just to get done, and you finish, and you walk around the top, and you see the view of the whole community, and realize that you just did something that not everyone gets to do. So Scale the Strat is definitely special, but I also think it's a great time to, for a team building or exercise, get your team together, get a big team together, not just people that you work with, but get a community inside the team. Someone, like I was just touching, someone who's into fitness, and get them involved. I mean, it's a great time to get people involved. But it's not just it's also air quality for our town and a bunch of stuff for our the community. American Lung is American Lung Association of Las Vegas. It's true.
Yeah, it's there's a Southern Nevada chapter, and I'm not sure what percentage of the funds stay in Southern Nevada, but we all benefit from the efforts of the Lung Association, and you'll see people that will that have set a goal for a year that have breathing problems, that their goal is just to make it to the top. Yeah. And it may take them a long time, but that's fine. Some people think that I'm not an elite climber, so people are just going to be clambering all over me up these stairs. It's not that way at all. That you go, and like every 30 seconds somebody goes, and all the elite climbers go first, and then all the rest of us that just are going to have a good time and challenge ourselves go every 30 seconds. So if you're a little faster, you may pass a few people. If you're a little slower, you may get past. But you going up the stairs, every landing, you can see how high you are, so you can gauge your progress, and you think, oh, I made it this far, I can make it the rest of the way. And you're inside the guts of the tower that no one gets to see. If you go in the tower and you're not climbing the stairs, you're going up and down the elevator. You don't see all the rest of the really cool things that you see as you climb the stairs.
There were a couple of times that I peeked over. It was amazing from the inside. And I love, that it's great to go through the mindset as you climb those stairs and see those different, photos of comparables of like where you relate as far as your height compared to other, monuments across the country. But also the people climbing, that start ahead of you, and maybe you're about to pass them on the stairwell. I connected with a lot of those folks, whether it was a bit of encouragement, like we got this, or whatnot. I remember at the end, those folks coming back around and being able to connect and share that experience too. So you get to stand with the folks that you're doing this with. Don't
forget that the climbs are all timed. It starts in the morning, but I believe it goes up until late in early afternoon.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, last year there were, I think, over 1,000 climbers. Probably be around the same this year. So it's staged from early in the morning until everybody gets a chance to climb, and just the excitement. You get to the top, you walk through the door, and a whole bunch of people are cheering. I haven't been cheered on since, I don't know, maybe never, but but they're cheering you on. They give you a medal. Just the feeling of accomplishment. Personal accomplishment, plus doing a good thing. People are being helped by your efforts.
Now I want to throw a shameless plug out there. So our fire department normally shows up and they climb it with the backpack with the packs on. So women, you've got a single looking for a firefighter in a uniform. It's a great place. It's a great place to meet somebody. And for you men looking for the woman, a great place to meet someone who's is looking after their health. So. Scale the Strat this is our favorite, my personal favorite fundraiser of the year, just because we get to raise money, but also we get to, walk the stratosphere. I don't want to say run because I'd be...
Yeah, I heard you earlier. I don't know if you caught it. Remember, he said, about 90 floors up, you start going to one step. I'm thinking, man, I started on one step. Listeners, too, something super important for you guys that are out here following this, that either want to join or maybe you can't join up on our team. Don't forget why we are doing this, and that is to raise money for this organization. And so be looking out. We're going to support you with different links that you can use and share to make sure that you're giving back and supporting us in our drive to raise money for our teams, to ultimately raise money for American Lung. So be looking out. Again, if you can't participate, please donate. We definitely want to look for any support that you can give us. And of course, we'll be sending those links along with this video. If you do want to join our team, then feel free, of course, to give us a call, reach out. We're going to give out our Facebook group here soon, and you'll be looking for it as well attached to this video.
Also, there's a breakfast tomorrow. So, I mean, when this goes out today, if there's a breakfast tomorrow, and where's that tomorrow?
It's on the 108th floor of the Stratosphere Tower. The breakfast is for those that are interested in forming a team, or companies that may be interested in sponsoring or participating in some way bigger than an individual joining. That's what that breakfast is for. And if that's something that's of interest, probably ought to send that link out right away so that you can get a hold of the Lung Association, and you'd be more than welcome to be there.
So just know we will be reaching out to businesses, the community, via Facebook, phone call. We're going to call you and encourage you to get your company involved in such an amazing organization. Brent has been around it for years. I get introduced to it by this man here, And I believe that, one, this could be a great community event, but two, it'd be great for your team and just to come out to support the American Lung Association. Again, they do some amazing things, and I just want to, thank you for coming in today, because you truly inspired me over a year ago to get involved, and now I'm sitting with you on it, and I appreciate you for bringing this to my attention. Believe it or not, and I've been in this town for 20 years, and I only heard about it through you, and so I'm grateful for you that we get to do this together. So thank you.
Yeah, well, it's great that you're doing it. I mean, you're doing a great job, and that's how this grows, is by good people like you and your company getting others involved, and I almost feel guilty because it's such a fun time. I mean, you're raising money, and sometimes you think, raising money is a chore and nobody wants to hear. But the reality is, it's a great cause, it's a great time, and it's so easy to get involved. And when you get done, you just feel awesome.
Hey, we're gonna get everyone involved. I think. As more of the professional sports teams come here, we'll start getting them involved. I think there's a lot of, community leaders, like we go to a lot of events, and I'm on some leadership teams, and, just letting them guys know what's going on. My personal belief is that we can grow this together. We can go to a few thousand runners a year. It's just creating community awareness of what's going on. And listen, like you said, like you got a chance to climb the Strat a lot because you were the engineer for it, but we only get to climb it once a year because we're participants in an amazing call it a race, but it's a race against yourself. Set a time that you want to beat and beat it, and if you can't, next year you always have another opportunity. But I tell you, this is an amazing opportunity to scale the Strat.
Well, guys, I'll tell you, Brent, thank you again for coming out. And Derek, of course, hearing a little bit about your experience. And I'm grateful for both of you because now I get to share that experience with my friends and community leaders as well. Listeners, again, I just want to thank you for tuning in to Living Large Las Vegas. Be looking out for these links. We're going to do this together and continue to grow our movement here with Scale the Strat. So again, Scale the Strat coming at you in February. We'll be reaching out soon.
That's cool.
Hey, you guys are pros.